Rule of Two explained. Star Wars has quietly retconned the meaning of the Sith's Rule of Two, reframing it as a political and strategic structure rather than a rigid, ancient law. And that shift helps explain why Emperor Palpatine never truly feared the prophecy of the Chosen One. This change, revealed in recent storytelling, reframes Palpatine's pursuit of Anakin as calculated ambition, not existential dread. The Rule of Two was introduced on screen in 1999's The Phantom Menace as a simple maxim. Always two there are. A master and an apprentice. For decades, fans assumed this rule was an immutable Sith doctrine created by Darth Bane to prevent infighting and ensure the survival of Sith power. New material, however, suggests the rule was less a mystical commandment and more a practical framework that could be adapted, exploited, or even manufactured by a cunning leader like Palpatine. That reinterpretation is the key retcon. The rule's purpose shifts from purity of tradition to a tool for secrecy and control. Recent coverage and analysis argue that this retcon clarifies Palpatine's behavior toward Anakin. He wanted a controllable instrument, not a rival who might overthrow him. Palpatine's long game, manipulating political institutions, engineering war, and grooming apprentices, reads as strategic statecraft rather than fear-driven paranoia. By recruiting Anakin, Palpatine secured a powerful asset whose loyalty he could shape. The Sith Master's confidence came from his ability to engineer outcomes, not from any mystical assurance that the Chosen One would fail. Television and expanded canon stories have deepened this reading by showing how Sith structures and acolyte networks operate in practice. Series like The Acolyte explore conspiracies and apprenticeship dynamics that make the Rule of Two feel like one possible organizational model among many, rather than an inviolable law. Those narratives depict betrayal, political manipulation, and institutional secrecy as the real engines of Sith survival. Factors Palpatine exploited to neutralize threats and consolidate power. The retcon has broader implications for how fans interpret the prequels and the saga's prophecy arc. If the Rule of Two is a malleable strategy, then Anakin's role as the Chosen One becomes less a cosmic inevitability and more a narrative of exploitation and contingency. Palpatine's lack of fear was therefore rational. He had built systems and contingencies to absorb or redirect any potential challenge, including a prophesied savior. That reframing makes the tragedy of Anakin's fall feel both more political and more human, an engineered rise and a manipulated destiny rather than a clash of immutable destinies. In the end, the new explanation transforms the Rule of Two from dogma into design, and it recasts Palpatine as a master